Today we want to look at a really exciting part of leadership. Exciting and scary. It's all about understanding yourself as a leader. West Burnham, in his work of 2009, he quotes, "Outstanding school leaders have a very clear, robust and realistic sense of self." Leadership is about people. Understanding people is difficult and a really complex part of leadership. Emotional intelligence is the catchphrase here. This is really cool stuff. This is the stuff I love. Some people are stronger in relationships, behavior analysis, and communication than others. Impactful leaders understand themselves. In another blog, I talked about the work of Chris Argyris. Come back to his work, Teaching Smart People How to Learn, where he asks leaders to look at themselves, their impact on others, their impact on a situation, before they look externally. How well do you know yourself? Do you know your impact? It comes down to three things: core values, understanding your impact, and practicing reflection. What are your core values? Can you name your 5 core values and explain why? Challenge yourself. Ask 3 others, colleagues, family, whoever, to identify what they would say your core values are. And then look at them. Do they align? Do they align with what you think they are and what they say yours are, what they see in your behaviour? Core values are so interesting. More often than not, these drive our anxieties, they drive our decision making in challenging or problem solving situations. When we feel irritated by the behaviour of a colleague, a student, a leader, it's often because one of those core values that we have has been crossed. Integrity, justice, authenticity, loyalty. There are loads. What drives you? Excellence? Then move to the next section. How do you work best? Do you really know? I like to be at a desk when I write important things, with a tidy environment and space from people to think. I like to do scheduling and organisation tasks alone. I like to discuss and brainstorm with others with a pen in my hand and with the ability to draw. I like to sit on the floor or stand and walk while I do this. I know I work best and I'm easier to work with when the job is challenging and complex and involves many tasks. When I am focused on a single task, I am way too intense and too much for people to work with. How do I know this? I asked people, directly and through 360-degree reviews and surveys. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I impact on others. That pushes us to that reflection, because reflection has always been a significant part of my practice, from teaching in the classroom, analysing why something worked or why something didn't, after presenting professional learning, really valuing the feedback and using it to plan for the next visit. I know some of these things because of formal behaviour analysis tools like Myers-Briggs and, for me, DISC. If you haven't used one of these, do it. It can be quite enlightening. It will show you strengths and perhaps some blind spots. Then the other part is, how do you form teams? Do you choose people who are similar to you? Or do you choose yes people? Do you have teams that storm as they brainstorm, or are they calm? And are they conforming? Your teams will reflect your understanding of yourself and how you work. I learned a lot from successes, also a lot from failure. Roland Barthes in Lessons Learned is really worth reading. He talks a lot about authentic actions and putting theory into action. He's also the author of the famous leadership analogy, of the oxygen mask in the aeroplane. Put your own oxygen mask on first, so then you can help others. Before working on developing others, the most effective leaders have worked on understanding themselves.